Please welcome to the stage the very, very funny Valentine Moscovici.
So I hang out with these old Scottish men. It's true. Sorry, there is context. I'll elaborate a little bit. I hang out with these old Scottish men as part of a jazz jam, which is at the Byre. It's a really nice event through which I started singing jazz, and it's locals and students, and that's why there are these old Scottish men. It's really good fun. It's every Thursday at the Byre. I don't just hang out with old Scottish men. That'd be really weird. Plus, that's on a Wednesday. At this jazz event, there are lots of nice people, and one of them who I've gotten really attached to is a lovely old man called Gerald. He's I don't know if he's called Gerald. It sounded right. He's 78. Again, sounds about right. And he's lovely. He's really sweet, and he plays the saxophone. And he made me a mixtape, which is really sweet. He actually made me 3. And they were mixtapes of French jazz music. So, it's a very personalised gift. And I was telling my flatmate about this. I was saying, oh God, this guy, Gerald, he's so lovely, he's made me a mixtape. And he said, well, are you going to give him a little gift, something in return, maybe a note? And I was like, well, don't be ridiculous. Like, I don't know the guy. It'd be weird. And besides, I'd given him a quick handy in the Byre toilet. Speaking of old men and hand jobs, there's no segue to that. That's fine. Speaking of my flatmate, well, he's not here tonight because he's away for revision. But I wanted to mention him because he's moving to Mexico next year for his year abroad, which is rather far, so I've had to find a new flatmate. And I kind of wanted to recap on the year we've had, because we have had a really lovely year together, and we're only in a 2, so close quarters. You need to figure out what the boundaries are and how you interact. And I have to say, in most aspects of this, I feel like I have been a good flatmate. I'm very clean, very organised, mostly in my kitchen. But there have been occasions, on which I haven't been the best of flatmates. And I'm thinking of one particular instance. It was really early last year, about September. I was in my room, I was having sex. It's been a while. Recounting of it's exciting. Having sex with my ex-boyfriend in bed, and he, my flatmate, knocked on my door. And again, early days, what are the boundaries? So I kind of, I wanted to tell him to piss off, basically. And what way can you do that? You say, oh, I'm busy, I'm getting changed, I'm with someone at the worst. I just screamed, I'm masturbating! To be fair, he did go away. Proof method. So I'm gonna go to. Sorry if I bring the mood down, but gonna go to a sadder subject. I mentioned my ex-boyfriend. It's been a long time since we broke up. It's been about 7 months, and when you're getting over someone, it's very up and down. Now there are more ups and downs, but it doesn't mean that it's not difficult. And sometimes you can be going about your day, and there is nothing, pointing to them. There's no thing that should particularly remind you of them, and yet somehow you get kind of overwhelmed by this feeling of melancholy. There are no particular signs as such. You know, there's you should be reminded of them. And all right, thanks, Tom. So I was walking in behind Oxford Street with my dad, and we came across this shop. I was like, fuck, I feel sad all of a sudden. I don't know why. And then it clicked. Mike's boyfriend used to wear shoes. Not only that, sometimes they necessitated reparations. And the clues just didn't click. You know what though? He did like a good bargain on clothes. He liked a good value discount on clothes. There it was. And then finish on this. The last time that it happened, I was on Netflix looking at the suggestions. Yeah, all right. Okay, I can understand this one. Mike's boyfriend was definitely aware of the jungle.
Valentin Moscovici, everybody!